Okay, let's talk maintenance with the xTool Omni. How does it perform when it's been sitting? What happens if you go on vacation? What do you need to do to get it running again? How does the print head perform after, say, like a week or a couple days just sitting? So here's the thing. I've actually been out of the office for 9 days. I was on vacation. So today is Friday. The last time I printed on this was a week ago Wednesday. So today is day 9. I am going to go through this exactly in real time. So, well, I say real time, but if we end up with something like a 20-minute print head clean, I'm not going to make you sit here for 20 minutes. But I am going to go through the exact steps. I literally have not done anything yet. The software is powered on my computer, but I haven't connected to the Omni yet. I really don't know what's going to happen. This is the first time because I just set it up right before I went on vacation, like the week prior. So I used it for 3 or 4 days there, and then I went on vacation. So what is going to happen? Let's see, so that when you go on vacation, because we all deserve a little time off, sometimes it's just inevitable. You are out of the office. You are away from your printer. You are just not printing because you don't have jobs. What happens? Let's see. Okay, so first thing is here in the software, I am going to reconnect this printer. So let's connect and see if I am prompted with any type of command. Whoops. Okay, so I've got 2 alerts here in device health. Maintenance time expiring. Ink pad needs maintenance soon. Please handle maintenance time expiring ink scraper. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know. Okay, so I didn't go into, I guess it automatically, okay, you saw that in real time. I literally didn't hit anything. It automatically went into vacation mode. My guess is because I didn't print for a certain amount of time. So now what I need to do is I need to wake it up. So I'm going to click wake up. Let's see what else we've got here. It's telling me that the ink pad hasn't been cleaned in 7 days. August 10th today. The day I'm recording this is August 14th. I have been gone since August 5th. Okay, so let's just click wake up and see what happens here. I can hear, you can probably hear too. The other thing that's going to be interesting, and again, I said I'm going to cut like dead time out of this video, but I'm going to give you the full amount of time that this takes. So I will look at the time at the end of the video to see how long the basically the raw cut is, to tell you like this process took me 20 minutes to get back up and running, or whatever it may be. So right now we're at 3.5 minutes, just since I started recording, not since I hit that wake up. So that'll be our start time, that when I hit that wake up. Okay, so actually what I'm noticing too in this device health is that it's saying this is the DTG printhead. Printhead number 2 in this model is what's waking up. It says the UV printhead is actually in working mode. So that one didn't actually go into vacation mode, and I'm not 100% sure why. That may be something that I should have done manually. But what we're going to do once this finishes waking up is we are going to do a nozzle check. So this is what I would recommend, whether you have an inkjet printer or a UV printer, a sublimation printer, or whatever type of printer. If it's been down for a little while, you want to do a nozzle check. A nozzle check, if you're not familiar, is literally just a status check. Let me just check and see how every print head, not every print head, but every print nozzle, those are the little lines that you get. Let's see how they're firing. Am I even missing anything? If you are missing things, then you need to take a couple more steps. But the nozzle check itself is literally just that. It's the check. It's not fixing anything. It's not cleaning anything. It's literally just a status check. So that is what I always suggest that you start with once we get out of this moisturizing mode. Now, moisturizing mode is where it keeps the print head moisturized while it's just sitting. Okay, so now in the software, both of them say sleep, as in I can put them to sleep. Okay, so let's see what we are doing here. ink pad. Okay, so you can see here it says standby time. It's been standing by for 212 hours. And I don't know how many days that is, but that sounds about right. It's been standing by. Okay, so what we're going to do, you can go to maintenance, and right under maintenance is where you have a nozzle check. Now, you can see here on this one, UV nozzle check, DTG nozzle check. I am going to do a UV nozzle check. If you can't do them both at the same time, then we'll have to do one or the other. You can use any of the base plates above for the nozzle check. It's telling me that you can use the standard base plate, which is what I have on here. You can use the DTG platen. You can use the smaller one. So we'll just use what I have in here. Start the check. Printing nozzle check. I don't want it to print directly on here, so I am going to place this piece of paper quickly. If you don't put something on there, it's going to print right on your bed, just so you know. Okay, this is telling me that it's going to take approximately 65. Oh, shoot. I put the paper in the wrong spot. So the paper needs to go in the back, apparently. God, it's printing directly on. Not what I wanted. This is what happens when I do basically live to tape videos. But it is what it is. It's a learning curve for all of us. And this is why I do this stuff, so that I can learn and then teach you, and you guys can learn from my mistakes. Okay, so I can still see it in there. I'm going to pull you around so you can see it too. But I'm going to reprint it up here. One thing that I can't see, it looks like the white is having a problem. So let me just pull you around to see. Okay, so white was supposed to print on top of that black. This is the varnish. Then we've got black, magenta, yellow, blue. So those look okay, but shoot. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this piece of paper back and reprint again, just so I can get a better view on that. All right, so let's just move this back to the correct position, just back here. I mean, it is kind of telling me in the software where it's going to print, so that's my own mistake. Obviously, these green areas is where it's going to print. So I'm going to print this one more time, and then if it needs to have the nozzle check, if it needs to have a print head cleaning, I will do that. But before I do that, I am going to check the DTG print head, because it may be able to clean them both at the same time. I'm not sure. Okay, so I definitely have an issue with white, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull this paper off of here and show you. So this is where the white is supposed to be, okay? So this is similar to the UV Make, where the white prints on top of this black block, and that actually, when it's not working at all, people don't even realize that their white's not working, because it's just literally not there. So you need to be aware that this right here is a problem, okay? So we're going to fix that problem, but we need to, like I said, I want to check the DTG print first, or the DTG head first. So I'm going to put this back on here. And I will go over to maintenance again, and this time I'm going to swap to DTG. Now, this is obviously only for this UV DT model. If you have the single, you'd only have one option, which would be the UV. If you have the dual option, you would have the printhead 1 and printhead 2. So let's just do the nozzle check here, and then we will do the clean. We definitely need one cleaning. We know that. We know the UV is going to need a cleaning to get that white going again. I did rotate the paper so that it prints the nozzle check for the DTG print head right behind it. And it's actually not doing that. It's printing. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. This one looks like more of a problem. Okay. So this one is supposed to have white. Now that was faster because it doesn't have to cure. So this down here is the DTG. It's very difficult to see, but if you are looking at, if you're comparing it to the software, this is supposed to be white and this is supposed to be white. I don't know how you're supposed to see that, but I don't think white is coming out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to clean. All right, so let's go up here and I'm going to click maintenance again, and I'm going to do standard cleaning. It's going to ask me, it's not going to ask me anything. So it doesn't look like both can be cleaned at the same time. So we're just cleaning UV right now. And while that's going, I'm going to grab a couple more pieces of paper because it's going to print a nozzle check again, or we're going to want to prompt a nozzle check again because, again, you need to see the status after it prints or after it cleans to see, did it work? Now, I did do the standard cleaning for the UV, but I didn't really hear anything happening. So we're going to reprint. We're going to do another print nozzle check for each one. First, I'll do the UV. If this does not clear up the white, then we are going to upgrade our cleaning, right? So in this, then what we are going to do is we are going to, instead of doing the standard clean, we're going to do the deep clean. It doesn't look like the white's printing. I'm just going to focus on the UV print head until we get that fixed, and then we will hop over and try to deal with the DTG printer. Okay, actually that fixed it. Okay, so what we did, yeah, so you can see that the white is now printing completely in there. Let me compare it. To avoid confusion. Okay, so this was the original nozzle check. You can see there's no white lines. This is after the standard cleaning, okay? And also it looks like yellow. I didn't notice that originally, but there was like some black in the yellow. This is supposed to be yellow. You can see it's mostly cleared up here. For this, I'm actually going to leave that and see how it actually prints because it's just very minor. So I'm just going to leave that for right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do the nozzle check for the DTG. I'm just putting a piece of DTF film and I'm going to have it print directly on that. And then I'll be able to see if the white is printing. Much faster because it doesn't need the extra passes for the UV light to cure. Okay, yeah, so that was why it's important to do that. You can see the white is there. So we are all set to go, and we brought it back. Now, because I didn't put it in vacation mode, and I thought actually it was going to do it automatically, and to be honest, I was literally just so rushed before I left that I didn't do it. I do want to show you how to do that. So let's go over here to the software, and what we're going to do, maintenance. Let's see what sleep. I don't want to put it into sleep. I guess that is what enter vacation mode. So after entering vacation mode, all print heads will switch to moisturizing liquid state, ensuring the device will not block the holes even when not in use for a long time. Enter vacation mode before powering off and transportation to prevent print head damage. So this is like basically an option. Like I said, this has been, I would call it 8.5 days since I printed, and you can see it was one print head cleaning, one standard print head cleaning, and it started back up. That took about 15 minutes just and to do both print heads. So I'm not going to do this because I don't want it to actually go into print head mode, but then you've also got this sleep mode, which seems different. Crud. It's actually going into there. Okay, so when I clicked sleep, it put it into sleep, obviously. And now the prompt in the software to get it out of sleep is to wake up. It's telling me that it's in moisturizing mode. So I think that there is a difference between sleep and vacation mode, whereas vacation mode is more longer term, whereas sleep or moisturizing mode is like if you're going to do this for like a couple of days. However, I would not, if you're like, oh, I'm not going to print again until tomorrow, do not put it in either of these modes, because when it comes out, it needs to do like basically a re-moisturizing, and you're going to end up using some of your fluid, your waste tank, and your ink. All right, so I'm going to wake this up now. Okay, so I think the point here is what I probably should have done was to put them both into vacation mode, or at a very minimum sleep mode. But regardless, you can see that this printer was totally fine. You're not going to panic if you do a nozzle check and 1 or 2 nozzles are missing, or even all your white is missing. You're going to do exactly what I showed. You're going to get that baseline with the nozzle check, then you're going to do a standard cleaning, then you're going to do another nozzle check for a baseline. If mine was fine, but if it had not been, my next step would have been the deep clean. And then what do you think I would have done after that? Another nozzle check. Okay, so that is the process that you want to do. The other thing, just a suggestion from other UV printers that I've had, if you are still having trouble with white, remember, white sinks, it gets that sediment. Take the white ink cartridge out and give it a gentle shake. That kind of like just loosens everything up, and then do another nozzle check. Again, the nozzle check is what you want to do to just figure out where you're at. Do not go directly to cleaning. That is not what I would suggest you do, because then you have nothing to compare it to. Okay? All right, guys, if you're looking for support, troubleshooting, help with your UV printer, your laser, anything you see on the my channel here, I do offer personalized same-day one-on-one support. It's all through Silhouette U. I will put a link to that in the description below, along with a coupon code of YouTube that you can use to get half off when you join. All right, guys, see you soon.